Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We have another video today for Clash Royale, and this is Everything Royale episode 15. Now, the focus of this video will be on the December 2017 balance changes that, folks, was just announced this morning. And there's some major changes that were done. I gotta be honest with you, there's a lot of nerfs to very popular cards. So let's check it out. Alright, so the first nerf is for the Hog Rider. The hit speed is going from 1.6 seconds to 1.5 seconds, and the first attack comes 0.1 seconds slower. Folks, that's going to make a big difference in the matches, and the Hog Rider is not going to be able to get to that tower as quick as it wants to as far as that first swing. You know, it's going to take a little bit longer for it to propel the attack, which allows you more time to counter. And a lot of people have been complaining about the Hog Rider. So I hope that this nerf does calm down some of the concern with it being too OP inside of the ladder. So let's check out the next change. Now, folks, the next change kind of hits close to home. This is probably my favorite card in Clash Royale behind the Musketeer. The Knight is being nerfed. The hit speed is going from 1.2 seconds to 1.1. And I gotta be honest with you, this is a game changer, because the Knight is so great to counter many cards. It counters those elite barbs well. It does a decent job against skellies. It does an incredible job against the Princess. So let's just see how this plays out, especially in Zap Bait Deaths and Immortal Cycle, where the Knight is so important as a tank. So it should be interesting, folks. So let's check out the next one. Now, the next change is for the Prince. The Prince is actually getting a buff. HP is going up 5%. And the hit speed is going from 1.4 seconds to 1.5. So they made a change there. That should be, I don't want to say a game changer, but I'm just curious to see how that plays out, because the Prince was already a tanky card. It's kind of like a more expensive bandit. And now with an HP buff, we could see it in a lot more Golem decks or even the Giant decks. Remember, the Giant Prince was insane when the game first came out. So let's see how that plays out. Maybe it'll be enough to bring back the double Prince deck again. Let's see. Only time will tell. Now, the next change, folks, I think is the most critical one in this update. This here will change the dynamics of those late clutch victories, or even those spamming repeatedly those rockets to go at a tower to take it out quickly. And this one here is specifically going to impact the damage spells. So the fireball, the lightning, the zap, the log, the poison, the rocket, the arrows, I feel like I'm singing a song there. The damage will go down by 5% to crown towers. Big change right there. There's been calculations already about how much damage will be done. I'll drop that checklist inside of the description so you guys can see how that was impacted right away. Okay, so the next change is going to be to the Ice Golem. They had to do this, right? Because they buffed, actually, my correction, they nerfed the Knight, so they had to nerf the Ice Golem. Those are the two most popular cheap tanks in the game. This change for the Ice Golem will specifically be impacting the death damage. It's going to slow the effect duration to 1 second from 2 seconds. So, you know, it's going to slow down some of the opponents that are pushing through when it dies. But with this change, you'll be able to quickly continue with your push, giving your opponent less time to be able to cycle the next card. So let's see how that plays out, folks. Alright, so next up is a Skeleton Barrel. The only difference with this card is they're going to add a death damage. So that's something that people have been asking for, and it kind of makes sense. Alright, so the next update is going to be for the Giant Skeleton. And folks, this is a pretty crazy one. The hit points is going up by 5%. And we already been seeing the Giant Skeleton being used in those off-meta decks to counter the meta right now, especially with the spam decks, bridge spam, all those crazy decks, right? So now you're going to be seeing this Giant Skeleton even more. And that's a card there that you have to react to immediately. You can't ignore it. It's just as strong as the balloon. You can't go push on the other side, because that card can take out your tower. You know, once that explosion radius goes off, kaboom. But other than that, the next update, I actually like it because, you know, I like to make some off-meta decks myself. And the last deck that I made, which if you want to see it, it's going to pop up on the top right-hand corner, is the guards, right? The guards are going to be buffed. They're going to get a damage increase of 5%. The hit points is going up by 5%. The hit speed is changing to 1.1 seconds from 1.2. And like I was saying earlier, I made a minor deck with the guards and the Ice Wizard. It's a nasty deck and it counters almost everything. And with the guards being buff, folks, we can have incredible fun. So again, if you want to see the video, just hit that little icon in the corner and it'll pop up. But I want you to see the rest of the balance changes because there are more. And one of those changes will impact the goblins. And I'm talking about the entire goblin family. We're talking about goblins, goblin gangs, goblin barrel, all of them. Damage is going down 6%. So those of you using the Zap Bait deck, you guys are going to be facing a lot of changes because almost every card in that deck was nerfed. So I'd be curious to see how this goes in the future. But it will definitely help expand the meta to more decks because, folks, them Zap Bait decks are kind of annoying to play against. And now it's going to require more skill to use because the cards are not going to have the impact they had before. Next one up is the Elixir Collector. The Elixir Collector is being nerfed and pretty hard too. The hit points is going down by 13%. So I'll be curious to see how those 3 Musketeer decks and them Golem Beatdown decks will be used now. Because that's a big change. And remember, the spell cards only had a nerf on the damage against Crown Towers. So you can still use them on the Elixir Collectors and do maximum damage. So that's something to bear in mind. And then the next thing is more of a fix. So for the Mordor users, there's a fix coming for the minimum range bug. And for the Infernal Dragon and Infernal Towers, the damage not resetting after breaking through a shield, especially for the guards, the Dark Prince, and the Cannon cart, that's been fixed. So other than that, folks, there's a lot of changes that have happened. I'm really excited because every time these changes come out, I like to make a brand new deck based on what cards were buffed. That way I can take advantage of the new meta before it comes out, right? That's what we do. So if you appreciate the content, then you guys already know what to do. Slap the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on the notifications so you can catch the next episode of Everything Royale. And if you want to see some previous episodes, check out the videos that are going to pop up. We're going to show you the playlist of Everything Royale episode 1 through 14. And we'll also show you some other playlists of some mobile game reviews that we did in case you're looking to try out another title like Arena of Valor or Lineage 2 Revolution or even Brawl Stars, right? Because Brawl Stars had a huge update. All right, so that's it, folks. Peace out.